Hello, my name is DSG Studios and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the poster for episode 4 and how I created it. So I'm going to be going through the Photoshop slash the program that I used, and I'm going to be talking about each stage that I did. Basically, I've separated everything up, so each part has a section, and then I'm going to be talking about each section individually, showing you the pictures before they were added into the overall image. And then I have a small breakdown plus a couple of extra things that I wanted to talk about. Okay, so let's start with the bottom bit, shall we? So to begin with, I took images of all of the monster creatures, and because I didn't really want them spoiled to a degree in the poster, I really wanted them to be quite ominous and not really appear. They appear in the trailer, but they don't look very threatening when they're well lit. So what I would do is I took pictures of them. I actually took pictures in front of the windowsill with the fireplace. So I put it on the fireplace. Don't tell anyone. I'm not supposed to do that. Took pictures of them and then sent those pictures to myself using the SD card reader. I knew the background was going to be a greyish colour, so it's not very exciting, but what else was I really going to do with it? It wasn't the focal point. And then I would take the images of our robot cyber creatures and I would put them one by one. But first I would paint them or colour them on my Photoshop-like software called GIMP, which is free. It's got a silly name, just stop laughing. It's free and it's extremely good. You can do so much on it, and you don't have to pay the price tag that you would do for Photoshop. So once that was done, I added in. I had to move them around a little bit, move them in a bit, so that they would form the bottom bit where I'd later put the logo and the title of the episode. Moving up, we have the Hughes logo, which is plastered over walls, and I actually am beginning to hate how I decided to put them over the walls. They're not even cut out straight. I just in the actual episode, it's terrible. But then I had it on a PowerPoint document. That's how I made the logo for Hughes. And then I took the PowerPoint document and put it, I saved it as a picture, like a screenshot, and then placed it in so it becomes this sort of centerpiece. So you kind of have these two ovals, the half oval and then the smaller oval, and it gives it a kind of layout. And so if you look at Avengers posters, I've seen videos that sort of talk about the lines on posters to give them symmetry and stuff like that, and I thought that would do the same. I had my final few images of the Doctor, Aaron, the Kurt character, and I placed them over behind those layers, so that they was, because obviously you have to have the Doctor in the poster somewhere, so I put him across one side and then I put Aaron and Kurt across the other, basically just on random. I tried to give them slightly different positions, but obviously we're working with Lego. You can't really have facial expressions, for example, unless you do it with computer-generated stuff, which is not the way that I do things. So I put that over, and then to give it this life, because at the minute it looked very dull, very matte, like the colour matte, like you paint things and then it's not glossy, it's sort of dull. I took a series of stock effects that are lightning, etc. And as you know from the episode, there is quite the ending of the episode does feature quite a lot of lightning and electricity. So I thought it would make sense to give it kind of this sort of Frankenstein monster feel as well, and put the lightning in to try and give it some colour, make it stand out a bit, make it look more epic as well, because at the minute it didn't. And I placed that behind to try and give it some kind of depth. And then that was the final poster. I'm actually quite happy with this one. I think that the layout for this one is really nice. It is a little bit of a shame that it is rather empty in some places, but I just didn't know how to fill it. There's not that much in the episode that's really can fill it, and I didn't want to spoil anything from the thumbnail, so that was the best way of doing it. Okay, so my little bits that I wanted to talk about. One, you should go and check out my Instagram and my Twitter, because they both feature a series of images from this series that I do, other videos. I'm hoping to try and get one of my only short sort of original film up there. It's about a minute long, and I made it last summer, and I wanted to create basically just a 1 minute film. So that project might go on to my Instagram at some point, so you should go and check it out if you're looking for that. Because we're right in the middle of a whole bunch of work on this series, right? We're working on scenes 1, 2, and 5 and 6 at the same time. Those two are nearly finished. Scene one's nearly finished, and so is scene 2. Scene 2, maybe an extra week or two. So I'll be able to talk about them next week, and I'm going to be talking about masking, I think. Okay, so that's what I wanted to talk about, I believe. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and I shall see you next time talking about masking of a vehicle and turning this shot into something better. I was going to say useful then, but it didn't feel correct. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I shall see you soon. Goodbye. Oh yeah, and watch out, because over the next couple of days, actually this week, maybe even beforehand, there should be another box set of the collection coming, season 14, which has been very much sought after by myself. And I've got a whole bunch of DVDs on the way that I've bought off eBay, etc. So I'm planning to do two things. I'm planning to do a haul, and I'm planning to unbox my season 14 and my season 12, series 12 box sets. And Steelbook when they arrive, so you should look out for that.